Hey everybody, I hope this video finds you having a blessed and wonderful day. Um, this one's a little different. I have something that's been keeping me up at night. I'm probably gonna offend a lot of people and fully aware of those consequences, and I'm okay with it. Uh, all the tragedy that's going on, everything's seeming like it's upside down. I'm sure I'm not the only one asking what the heck's going on. Uh, but I really care about the world that we're leaving behind for our kids. I care about what we're setting them up for. And I'm trying to get to the root of it in my head. What is the problem so I can correct my mistakes and help move on. I mean, after all, our job is to break the chains that were set in front of us to become better and evolve as people emotionally, physically, spiritually. Um, this is what I come up with. I think we're living in a society where we're trying to eliminate consequence for actions. Newton's third law is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I think that works in all phases, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And somewhere along the line, it became more important to have a good lawyer than a good job or good morals. And it became a steady paycheck to slip and fall in a grocery store, or to have a cup of coffee spill in our lap and that's a free payday set us for life. And I think where we screw up is, understanding that maybe that nice person was bringing you a cup of coffee and you were rushing your butt around and made a stupid choice that came back and spilled coffee in your lap. You screwed up. You had a bad day. Um, we, I grew up on a farm. I see things a little bit differently. I mean, you stick your hand in a spinning piece of equipment, you lose pieces or your life. Stupid choices bring stupid consequences. And I preach that to my kids all the time as every choice, every action that we make has a consequence. Some are great, some are terrible, some fall in between there somewhere. As a society, we've screwed up over and over. Some we've made right turns and corrected. Some things we fight and still fight with to try to correct. Some of the best intentions in this world turn into terrible disasters. And I think our big problem is that we're trying to protect our children, and for generations we've tried to protect our children, and by trying to do this good thing, we've ended up with a society of entitlement. Everybody feels like they deserve a house. They deserve uh, food. They deserve an iPhone or a new car. We don't deserve anything. That's the cold hard truth. We have wants or needs, and we dig in, we work for those, and if we're blessed enough to be successful, then we get what we needed. We get what we wanted. And we're losing that. We're losing that consequence for action. And I think we're doing that in our raising. If the soft love, and I love the idea. It's a great idea, but serving the here and now doesn't help the future. We're not always going to be here to take care of our kids, so we got to look at the question, step back, and take a look and realize we're not always going to be here. So, are you raising a baby to go out into this harsh world that's going to attack and hurt? Or are you raising a full, self secure individual that can step out into this world and make their own way and do the same thing as you did and make a better life for their children? And I think that consequence for action is where we're missing. We serve the here and now. I got a little girl that loves sweets. And if I let her have nothing but candy all the time, that wouldn't benefit her in her future. By the time she graduated high school, she'd be so unhealthy that she couldn't even function in life. So there has to be a consequence for our actions. There has to be an accountability the whole way across the board. I really, really don't understand the new woke agenda, what they're pushing or why they're pushing it. I just don't understand. But I know one thing's for certain: we don't need any more woke. We need some wake the fuck up, so we can fix what problems we've set forth. I guess my point is just this: if we find consequence in our actions, and we find the reality that what we put off and what we put out brings back a consequence, then it's a little easier to help a guy that's down, or to not be so mean in a moment where somebody's just having a bad day. We need to raise our children to understand that when you running down the road and you trip and fall and scuff your knee, it's not the world out to get you. You made a bad choice. You got a bad consequence for that choice. So raise your kids with love and compassion, and raise them to understand that what we put off comes back. So if you want good things, you put off good things. And that consequence for action, I believe, can change us around. Because if we don't change it, man, it's a terrible path, and I don't know where we're heading, but I know it's not good. We need to be accountable for our actions, understand that there's beauty in difference. If every flower in this world was blue, it wouldn't be special to look at flowers. It would all look blah. I love blue flowers, but they're beautiful because they're sitting next to pink flowers and yellow flowers, and orange flowers. Variety is what makes this life unique and special. And different people and different feelings and thoughts are what make this place a wonderful place. And I just want to leave you with: view life through consequence for action. Teach your children to be better, and to try to be better, and to understand that their actions come back at them as a consequence. Whether it's a good consequence or a bad consequence, it is coming back. That is something we cannot get away from. So protecting them is great and wonderful and necessary, but we also have to teach them that whenever you make a stupid choice, it'll bite you in the butt. That's the way this life works. And we can't get away from that fact. We can't get away from, just because we feel a certain way and we want it to be different, we have to work for that. And I don't believe that's through ignoring consequence for action. So hopefully my words meant something, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. Treat each other with kindness and love the world around you. It can be a beautiful place if we just pull together a little bit. Thank you. Have a great day.